I was a scout initially in Southern California. I grew up just north of San Diego in a beach town called Carlsbad, and I was a Cub Scout. Got my butt kicked in every Pinewood Derby I ever entered. Joined Boy Scouts, and that would have been Troop 745 out of Carlsbad, California. Our chartered organization was St. Michael's, which is a church, Episcopalian church right on the beach in Carlsbad, and I did my Eagle project there to rebuild a patio that they had. There's a fire pit that had fallen apart, so we reset the brick, we cleared away all the brush, we redid the fireplace and then built 2 benches. I don't get back there too often, but every once in a while, if I am visiting family out in San Diego, I'll go back and check on it. The patio's still there, the 2 benches are still there, the fire pit is there, and they're being used. I am the corporate beverage director for Heinen's grocery stores. I manage their wine, beer, and spirits program for all 23 locations. Anything with alcohol that passes through those stores is my responsibility. Originally, I went to school for culinary arts. I have a bachelor's degree in culinary arts management from the Culinary Institute of America, which is in New York, and my wife and I actually met there. She's from the Mentor area, and we moved back to California for a year. We lived in Napa, and we both cooked professionally there for about a year after graduating. She didn't like it. Her 400-member Italian family voted. I lost, and we moved to Cleveland, and it's been about 22 years since I've been here in Cleveland now. I miss bits and parts about the restaurant business and cooking a lot. Cooking professionally is a difficult job, but it is extremely rewarding. One of my favorite things about cooking for other people is making them happy and sharing something I love to do with them. One of the greatest impacts that scouting has had in my life, I try to remember something that my Scoutmaster told me. His name was Al DeWeese. He's an older gentleman. I remember it was at Anza Borrego Springs in the desert, and we were circling up, and he said, remember to do the right thing all the time, just for sake of doing the right thing, not because you're expecting some reward. Really, that's what scouting was all about to him. And I've always kept that and thought that that is one of the best takeaways I've had in scouting.
In this month's Eagle Spotlight, we talked with Chris Jacoby. Chris was with the troop from 2010 through 2017. In that time, he was patrol leader, assistant patrol leader, librarian, quartermaster, assistant senior patrol leader, and senior patrol leader. Chris says being an Eagle Scout helped him more than he could ever imagine. He has been one step ahead of many of his peers with the amount of problem solving, people planning, and organizational skills that scouting had taught him over the years. Chris says scouting also taught him to be confident in himself, and many times during his career he has had moments that Mr. McGee always talked about. A moment is any time you find yourself in a tricky situation. You stay calm and work your way through it because you know you can. Chris says his years in scouting and Troop 75 were some of the best years of his life with some of the best people he ever met. Adding one of his favorite memories was licking a frozen fish from head to tail in front of everyone at Klondike in 2017. He was SPL for the event and proved to everybody what he would do for a Klondike bar. Chris Jacoby, Troop 75 Eagle Scout.
Oh, stewardess.
What are you doing? No, get off. Get off. See, you gotta make my bunk. See, we're in Italy. The guy on the top bunk has got to make the guy in the bottom bunk, he's got to make his bed all the time. See, it's in the regulations. See, if we were in Germany, I would have to make yours. But we're in Italy, so you got to make mine. It's the regulations.
So a lot of people ask me about my hat, and specifically this headlamp that goes on top of it. It looks like it's built right in to the hat. However, it isn't. It pops right out. It's only this big, and it has a little flap like that. And for the summer months, it has a matching headband. So all I have to do, slip this right inside that, and now it's a regular headlamp. It's made by Yuko, UCO, and the website is yukogear.com. Now the headlamp itself is only this big. It's a teeny little thing. It's got a couple of modes. It's got white, and then it can go brighter and less bright, and of course, and then red for reading maps. And to charge it, little USB plug right there. USB, I think that's a mini, now whatever. You'll probably get a charger cord with it. So there is your gear tip for the month. The Yuko headlamp, hat, and strap.
So I've decided to accept the challenge and see if I can keep this Scoutmaster Minute to a minute or less. Mr. Ferdine, will you please start the timer? Have you ever been in or seen a soapbox derby? You know, where you ride a cart down a hill? Or have you ever ridden a sled down a long hill? Or how about floated down a river in an inner tube? These all have three things in common. They're all fun. They all require no effort. You just sit there and coast. And they all take you downhill. Just like in those activities, you can coast doing other things. You can coast through school, just getting good enough grades. You can coast through sports, just playing the games. And you can even coast through life until your time is done. But just like riding in a cart, coasting through life is all downhill. To achieve a goal is uphill. There's no coasting. There's work, effort, and sometimes sacrifice, but there is also great reward. When you coast, you don't just stay even, you lose, you go downhill. Remember, coasting is all downhill. Now let's see if you got this month's trivia question correct.